What's happening? So you say you want to start off with Tyson and Paul. I said I wasn't going to watch it, but my homie came over. It was his birthday on Sunday. He's like, "Come on, man, let's celebrate my birthday." So we celebrated by watching the fight because he wanted to watch it, and it went as expected. I said, if Tyson don't knock him out in the first round, it's over. He's done, and it looked that way. But it also looked like he was pulling his punches, and you got a lot of people talking it was rigged. I don't know. I don't know where I sit on that. I haven't made up my mind.
People were talking about it was rigged before it even started anyway. They were talking about it being scripted, it being rigged back in July when the first date came and went, when Tyson had that injury or that episode where he lost 25 pounds, had to go to the hospital, etc. Going into this fight, a lot of the same rhetoric. And I was thinking the same thing. If Mike can get him in the first or second round, that probably would be all we would need because power is the last thing to go. When it starts and Mike stumbles to the ring on his way to the ring walk, I'm like, damn. And then he gets into the ring with his sleeve on his knee, the knee support. I'm like,
When I
wow,
saw that, I
58
was
years
like,
old.
oh man.
Yeah, 58 years old knee support. Not a very good sign when you see a fighter with anything on their knee or on their leg going into a fight, let alone a 58-year-old. We saw
Right.
Sergio Martinez years ago with something on his knee. He had the knee support, and we saw what happened with him against Miguel Cotto. We've seen this over and over,
Barely
and
move.
Mike is the latest.
Yeah, and I was wondering when I saw that, how much icy hot did he have? Like, where did they rub it on his legs, on his arms and shoulders? What were they doing to try to keep his muscles loose? Um,
Shaq was
it,
at the fight. That icy hot was there. Shaq was there.
but Mike looked exhausted after the first round. He was huffing and puffing in the second and the third. I mean, it just
People
got
telling me
worse.
that was just the third round, like it just started. I was like, after that first round, he was breathing pretty damn heavy for a first round fight. That was just 2 minutes
Hey,
of first round.
58 ain't no joke. Father Time ain't no joke.
And that's the truth. And you know what? And they marketed it perfectly because they kept showing the videos of Mike getting after it in training. But I think a lot of those videos was before he had that episode in July, which canceled or postponed that initial date and pushed it to this November date. So I think a lot of that fast twitch that we were seeing, all of these little episodes of him just looking like he had something, obviously not what he used to have, but something for a 58-year-old, and none of it came into fruition. Now, as far as it being rigged and scripted and him holding off, I don't know, man, because he could not close the distance. The knee issue, it looked like he could not close the distance because of that. And then Jake having the height advantage like other opponents have had in Mike's past, but being able to hold and stand his ground and throw punches from that distance without too much worry of being a threat.
Well, look, he had openings, but they always say, old boxers, they
Can't pull
see
the
the
trigger.
openings. Yeah, they see the openings, but they can't pull the trigger. The reflexes aren't there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. He didn't put in much effort either. But I can't say that he could put in effort. He's 58. I don't know, man.
And that's it. And I think we still have these nostalgic types, these people who look at Mike. And remember, every time they promoted this fight, if it wasn't him pre-July doing the fast twitch from the waist down and showing you a little bit of something for a 58-year-old, they were showing the old videos of him. They were showing when he was 19 years old, hitting Michael Jack Johnson, knocking him out with one shot. They showed him hitting Trevor Burbick. All of these prime fights that he was having, they used that for the promotion for this fight. And it suckered those people in. And just following boxing like I do, these Tyson fans, they're there to be suckered.
Well, when he didn't knock out Roy Jones, that should have told you that he was not going to knock out Jake Paul. And of course, Roy Jones was a badass, but you saw him get chin checked. And if Tyson had power and landed his best shot, he should have stretched him, but he didn't.
But in that fight, when he had fought Roy Jones, it looks like he took it easy. It looked like he was pretty deliberate with what he was doing. He wasn't trying to knock him out. And when he had real opportunity, when Roy was in close and he was there to get hit. And that's part of Mike's game, being inside, using the uppercut, all those things we've seen from the past. that muscle memory doesn't change. Now, pulling the trigger may come a little later, but they're both older guys, and he just didn't do it. There were many opportunities to get rid of Roy, and he didn't do it. Now, after the fight, Roy says, man, he still has a whole lot of power, but he really didn't hit him with anything. Now, I never try to say who was hit hard and who wasn't if I'm not taking the shot. But the way Roy was talking after the fight, man, he still has a lot of power. I didn't see that telling blow for Roy to say that. That's why. And so, but if he's still feeling that pain or feeling something, even at that age, when Mike is in close, I mean, it's just another testament to how hard Mike still punches. The last thing that goes, and he didn't look anything aesthetically, but in terms of power, it's still there, even if it's in close. But this fight here, and now, look, Jake Paul seems to not care about being the villain, so he doesn't really care about the way people think about him, even regardless of who he's picking. He picked on Mike Tyson, it seems like now, even though people talking about if Mike would have done this, if Mike would have done it, he would have knocked him out. Now it seems like the whole boxing world is pissed off at him. Arthur Beterbiev now is like, yo, you picking on old dudes? I want to fight. I'm interested in the fight with him.
Fight Beterbiev.
Of course he's not fighting that guy, man. I don't care if he comes in at 230 pounds. Beterbiev is still knocking him out.
Yeah, he's saying Canelo.
Canelo beats him too, bro. Canelo beats him too.
Gets him. Yeah, I mean, that makes perfect sense for Canelo. He's fighting guys who don't have a chance for the most part. So why not fight Jake Paul and ride off into the sunset? Make your 150 million. I mean, that would be a huge money fight.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. I think that's the next big money fight if they decided to do that. Even more than Arthur Beterbiev, even though he has that knockout streak that was just ended, his power alone for a guy who doesn't have a lot of seasoning. See, I'm on the other side of saying that Jake Paul is a boxer. He's not what you would like, but he is a boxer. He didn't have the amateur background. He's cherry picking guys, but he's doing a lot of the cherry picking that these boxers who ultimately become legends have done. Muhammad Ali fighting Tony Hunsaker, a police officer, in his first fight.
No, but at least they fight boxers. This dude fights basketball players, football players.
But he's also fought a boxer now. Now, remember, he did. Who was the last guy he fought?
He fought two.
He was off for a while.
58, and the other one beat him.
Well, the other boxer that he fought most recently, I think he knocked that guy in the first round. He hasn't fought in like a few years. He came back, but he does have that background that people were looking for. They were saying he always fights guys
he can't beat Tommy Fury. How's he gonna beat Beterbiev or Canelo?
Oh no, there's no chance. Those are just names. That's no chance.
He ain't fighting no real boxers, man. Come on.
And then of course, what's a fight to talk about when there's really nothing happening? When Conor McGregor is somewhere in the picture, this guy hasn't even won a fight in his own sport. He wants to come back to boxing and get a bag again. And it may be possible. This is someone that I think Jake Paul would fight.
Like Jake Paul? I think Jake Paul knocks him out.
I think so too. I think so. And
he's not a real boxer.
Yeah,
but let me say a couple things. Whose idea was it to have Rosie Perez on the broadcast?
Bro, stop.
I can understand, bro. I can understand if you throw it to her, maybe she's out in the crowd. I'm here with Shaq. Shaq, what do you think about the fight? I can see that. But to have her on the actual broadcast,
she's done that before, though. It's not this.
I haven't heard her.
She's been on. No, I've always said she knows her boxing, but first of all, that voice and that accent is old.
We need to listen to her.
Oh, well, we don't need to listen to her, but she does know her boxing, or at least I'm not even going to say for a woman she knows her boxing. She just loves the boxing game. And being a Puerto Rican woman from New York, they just love boxing.
Respect her. I know she loves boxing. I know she's always at the fights. I know how long she's been
we didn't need to hear
around boxing. I just don't need her commentating when I'm watching.
Yeah, but that voice, man, I never have gotten over that voice. I'm a New Yorker, but her accent is just way too much for me. But
it's too high pitched for me. That's what it is. I don't care about the accent.
And by the way, that wasn't the only fight. You saw the rematch with Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. This time, Amanda Serrano won the fight, and they just jerked her. And now Katie Taylor's like, I beat her twice. I don't see any reason to have a third fight.
Yeah, right. She's saying she don't care about. She got booed. She don't care about this. You got your ass beat. Your best weapon was your head.
Oh yeah, bro! What a nasty cut that was. That was a nasty, nasty cut.
She don't want no part of Chantel Cameron either. Chantel whooped her up.
Yeah,
man, she stays getting gifts.
That was a serious gift. that first fight they had at Madison Square Garden, the first $1 million fight for those female fighters, it was close enough that legitimately could have gone either way. This fight here was, I thought it was clear. Amanda Serrano won this fight, and then
I
she
had
got
7
jerked.
rounds for Amanda. I could see 6, and then the point deduction. Come on, man. There's no way Katie Taylor won that fight.
Yeah,
No
and
way.
I like both of them, but come on, call it what it is, man. Serrano won that
I mean,
fight.
I give Katie Taylor respect as far as
She sucked it up and tried to
she
fight.
showed a lot of grit.
Yeah.
Amanda rocked her early, but she was throwing punches and bunches. She was trying to win the fight. She just didn't.